Hi there, and welcome back to the Message Marketing Pod. I'm your host, Christopher Melotti from Melotti Media, and this is episode 108, How to Nail Your Brand's Message Marketing. So, big revelation here. All businesses need customers, right? So, businesses exist, survive, and thrive because of our customers. This means that as a business, you need to have a robust marketing strategy with brand messaging that does the following 6 things. Now, listen to these 6 things very carefully and ask yourself, does my brand do this? Okay, number 1, ensures your customers are aware of your products and services. Number 2, piques their interest. Number 3, makes you relevant in their lives. Number 4, drives their engagement. Number 5, educates your customers. And last but not least, number 6 is inspires them to make a final buying decision. Now, since our brand's message marketing plays such a pivotal role in making our businesses a huge success, then it's really important that you understand brand message marketing as a concept, because it's very difficult to manage and run a profitable brand today in an ever-changing business landscape that we have. So let's discuss what message marketing is and how investing in this kind of exercise and working on your brand's message marketing can help you smash your marketing goals. So let's first discuss why message marketing is important for your business. So as businesses, we are all aiming to get our products and services in front of our target audience in a relevant, strategic, and effective way. But as you know, it's not just about waving it in their face. It's about providing and proving real value in their lives. So to prove your value in a relevant way to your ideal customer, you need powerful branded marketing messages that articulate your brand as a viable solution to their actual pain points. So it's important to remember that message marketing is a process, and to efficiently promote your business, message marketing and brand message communication strategies require some real thinking time and attention to detail. Now, you might be thinking, well, we have brand messages and anyone can write these messages, but this is the reality. Your customers are extremely time poor and they are highly distracted. So it's too easy for customers to ignore mediocre or off messages. Okay, so if your brand isn't speaking to them or resonating with them, and you might not even know if it is or not, then customers can easily go to your competitors. They can look at other things. It's an attention economy today, and your brand isn't competing just against competitors. It's competing for attention against everything. Think about your day, how many certain things capture your attention and take your attention every single day, every single hour, every single minute. And so it's easy for people to overlook average messaging. And so that's why getting brand messaging right is so worth the effort as a business. There are 3 benefits to getting that brand messaging right. The first one is you get effective customer engagement. So when you get customers to not only just look at your information and your content and your marketing and your website, when you go further than that, when you get them to actually engage, and that means like to actually read and listen and download and participate in the conversation with your brand, then that's a huge benefit to your business. And that's one of the benefits of having an engaging brand. Number 2 is, of course, boosting sales. The more engaged customers you have, the more sales you will technically make, because if they are really intrigued by your brand and they feel aligned with your brand, then they will, of course, engage with your brand and potentially buy. And then once they buy, if the engagement continues, then chances are they'll become brand ambassadors, spreading good word of mouth. And the last but not least, number 3 of benefits of good brand messaging is that you can build relationships with customers in your business. Today, businesses and customers, they rely on strong relationships. People aren't fleeting anymore. They want to know who the brand is and they want to align with brands. So for businesses to grow, you must build relationships with your customers. And so this kind of brand messaging gives you an understanding of what customers want, so you can adapt and foster conducive connections through language. And that's where message marketing comes from. Is a big part of message marketing strategy is actually the written component. And it involves things like core brand messaging and marketing communications, which are like your brand guidelines, but the messaging side, not the design side, which then creates consistency. And if you are consistent across all of your marketing, then people and customers can relate to you, they can understand you. And that drives customer education and conversions. So by producing consistent and high quality branded content, your business will reinforce its credibility and drive conversions towards success. So, and that's what we're trying to do here with message marketing. Now, when you think about it, you go, well, all right, so what do I need to do? Like, how do I conduct and undertake effective brand communication strategies? Well, this comes down to your copywriting and your messages. So how are you articulating your value to the people who matter? Now, unfortunately, copywriting is overlooked quite frequently because everyone can write. Yep, everyone can write. But copywriting isn't average writing. It's actually far from it. And this is a misconception that a lot of businesses make every single day. Just like professional design work is different from, say, sketching or doodling. So your business's website, for example, can have a slick design with immaculate detail. But listen very carefully here. If the messaging and copywriting are bland, confusing, and full of mistakes, then your audience will find little reason to stick around. Now, I'm a marketing consultant and I work with small businesses all the way to governments and international businesses. And I see this mistake on all of them. It's so easy to do. And I'm not blaming anyone because it's easy to do. It's easy to make that mistake. Why? Because you're in your business every single day. If you're part of the marketing team or the communications team, or you're a manager or you're a business owner, you get stuck in what do they say? That you drink the Kool-Aid. You are constantly listening to messages and you're reinforcing your understanding, but your customers don't have that understanding. They don't reinforce that understanding. And so as a result, it's easy to make those mistakes or be bland or generic. And this is something you see in many industries, is that generic speak all the time. So too often, business owners invest resources into fantastic looking websites and brochures and things, but without allowing for enough investment in the copywriting. But unless you have content that connects, your digital shop front and all of your collateral is essentially powerless, no matter how great the design is. So in order for instance, your website to drive traffic, your website copywriting should be clear and compelling enough to inform and persuade audiences, which is a balancing act that pays off if done correctly. So unfortunately for businesses, despite knowing the benefits of copywriting and the benefits that copywriting and quality copywriting offers your business, it's easy to assume that with little to no marketing copywriting experience, many people can spice up their own material content without help from an expert. Now, sure, some people may have a natural flair for writing, and you might have a colleague who just has a way with words or knows someone with impeccable grammar, but that's not the same thing, okay? And so what I'm trying to show you here is that in order to nail your brand's message marketing, you need copywriting that has a real sharp marketing angle, and that requires a specific skill set and broad industry knowledge to effectively create content that can sell your business to the people who matter most. Okay, and that's where it comes down to really nailing your message marketing for your brand. Now, just remember that choosing a copywriter purely on price can weaken your final result, especially if corners are cut to reduce costs. So, unfortunately, cheap copywriting rates don't often translate into quality service. And that's just the old adage of, it's, you get what you pay for. When you choose, unfortunately, a cheaper copywriting option, you may end up having to spend more time and resources trying to fix it, fix all that text to get you back to where you should be or where you want your brand to be and how you want your brand to communicate. And again, I see this often as a copywriting agency. So many brands come to us and they go, I've tried it, I just can't get it. Or I paid a cheaper option, now I have to get it rewritten. And so it's really important to not only consider the impact of copywriting, but consider it as an investment when it comes to your brand. So, and that's what I'm trying to say here is with copywriting, you're investing in more than just words. Producing quality marketing content involves creative thinking, well-executed research, experience, and the skills to dig deeper into subjects. And that's expertise that comes with a price. So that's what we're trying to say here. All right, so the last part of this podcast is, of course, how do you ensure that you choose a high-quality copywriter in order to nail your brand's messaging? Well, when choosing the best copywriting services to hire, it's important to take the time to do a bit of research. The most profound and helpful research will come from reading client reviews, from like Google ratings, for example. What people are saying about the service provider that you're interested in will tell you a lot about what you're going to expect from their results. So, if you have trouble finding reviews or testimonials online, then ask the copywriter for references. Legitimate copywriting agencies and freelance copywriters won't have trouble referring you to 2 or 3 professional references. So let me give you one last piece of advice. The most critical factor when choosing a copywriting services agency when it comes to articulating your brand's message marketing is to ensure that they match your unique needs and have your business's best interests in mind. Remember, it's easy to charge someone a fortune and then not deliver. So investing in professional copywriting services is a time and money-saving way to produce the kind of quality brand messaging and content marketing that sells and builds your online presence. So it's important to hire the best for your business. And so if you are not happy with how your brand communicates, or you're concerned with how your brand is talking to the people who matter, which are your customers, as after all, then maybe have a chat with us at Melotti Media. Visit our website, melottimedia.com.au. We offer a lot of brand development creation services where you can actually come to us and say, listen, I'm not happy with our brand, and I'm not happy with how our brand articulates, or our brand sounds too much like all of our competitors. That's what we specialize in at Melotti Media. We help you create brand guidelines, but all the messaging. But I'm not talking about just the adjectives that describe your brand. I'm actually talking about words and sentences and paragraphs that actually talk like your brand. So you've got things that you can copy paste and use across all of your marketing. So if you need to nail your brand's message marketing and you are considering investing in quality copywriting services to do so, contact us at Melotti Media. You can visit our website, melottimedia.com.au, and we will talk you through everything and discuss your options. Otherwise, email us at enquire, so ENQUIRE, at melottimedia.com.au, and we can definitely help you here. So I hope that you got a lot out of this podcast. The main takeaways are that, number one, your brand's message marketing must be clear and relevant to your customers, and it must be consistent. If it's not, then people are going to forget you or overlook you. And number two is that the core of your brand's message marketing comes down to excellent, proficient, and professional quality copywriting. So if you don't have those at your disposal in your internal team, then it's time to contact an agency like Melotti Media, who takes branding very, very seriously and who can help you. So thank you so much for joining me for episode 108 of the Message Marketing Pod. Please join me in the next episodes, or have a listen to some of the previous episodes. There's heaps and heaps of great information in there for you. Thank you for joining me for this episode.